Hello guys, on today's video I am going to be doing a side-by-side comparison between my authentic Chanel card holder, which is in the black caviar leather, and compare it with my replica one in the purple caviar. This wallet style is my personal favorite because it has the timeless iconic designs with Chanel. It has a functionality as well because it has a back pocket and very roomy that can pretty much fit everything I need day to day. So what I'm going to be comparing today is the overall look differences, the leather quality, hardware, sizing, serial sticker, and packaging. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with overall look. They look very similar, except the flap on the fake one is a little bit lower. And you can see here it's almost touching the edge versus this one's a little bit halfway up higher. You can see here also this is higher and this is lower. The width is wider on the fake, and the back part, the shape of the pocket seems to match. Sometimes the dimension is a little bit bigger. This is not always exactly right. Like you can't see it on the camera, but the fake one, this one is a little bit bigger, and you can see here on the width it's wider. Let's talk about leather. So one of the biggest giveaway for fake ones actually is the look on the leather. If you look closely, the leather on this one is shinier and a little bit more luxe looking, has a little bit more sheen, versus the fake one tends to be more dry and no shine, you can see here. And also on the feel, like even though this is caviar and supposed to be hard wearing, harder type of leather than lambskin, the lambskin on the authentic still have some give and softness. And that's what I really like about the caviar. It's durable, but also luxurious to the feel. Versus this one, there's not much movement. It's a little bit more stiff leather. And the grain tends to be smaller on the fake. Look at the grain stamping here, this versus this one. This seems to be smaller than the authentic. Right, let's look at the hardware. The hardware is always something I look at for authenticating my stuff. The hardware tends to be more orange on the fake normally, versus the authentic will have more of a golden yellow color. Normally, always the case. Now let's look at the stitching. The stitching also, you can notice it's a little bit bigger and thicker on the fake one versus less noticeable stitching and even on the real thing. So that's why you can see like the quilting design is more prevalent. You can definitely notice more like puffy quilting on the fake one, just because I think because of their stitching, it's a little bit bigger than the finer quality, higher quality thread that Chanel uses. Now let's look inside. Also noticeable difference is this one has like a wider side, so can fit more here, and this one is not as wide as the fake one. But you can see here it looks a little bit messier when pinched in the fake one. Okay, so the authentic looks cleaner versus the fake one is a little bit leather, extra leather coming out because it's been made wider. And then on the stamping, you can see the Chanel brand stamping is clearer on the authentic versus the fake one here is not as like clear. So if you like move closer, you can still see Chanel very clear versus the fake one can, as it goes further and further, it's going to be harder to read. Here's, you can see the made in Italy, barely noticeable on the fake unless you go closely. So, or maybe it's just, you can see here. Okay, very clear on the real thing and a little bit blurry, not easy to read the stamping on the fake one. And you can see the authentic has more of a nicer golden yellow tone versus the fake one's a little bit more orange. me show you here as well. One biggest giveaway is the serial code, because the serial code should typically be on the pocket, and this one is not. It's all here. And if you look closely, again, the numbers doesn't look great and it's put in the wrong place. Let me show you the authentic. It's kind of hard to show you side by side, but that's the authentic. It's upside down like this, okay? Now let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. The packaging will also help you determine if an item is fake. So let's look at the authenticity card first. You can see the fake gold trim. Writing is more yellow again, and you can see more orange on the right. And the lettering is a little bit bolder, thicker on the fake one. You can see also the same thing happening on the side. More orange on the border and also thicker font. All right, here are the dust bag. So there are kind of two different style of dust bag. This one looks like this, and this one came with my authentic one. And I mean, they feel almost the same, so I can't really tell you much difference. As far as the boxes go, just a little bit of font color difference between the two, but as far as the feel of the box, I don't really notice much. Yeah, and then here are the real one and fake one. Honestly, this one's not gonna be able to tell me much, so I'm not even gonna show you that. But let me compare the Camellia. Camellia do have like noticeable difference. This one's a little bit like puffier versus the fake one's more flat. Okay, this one has more texture versus this one looks a little bit more flat. In conclusion, you just have to review the overall look, dimensions, the hardware, the look of the caviar textured leather, if it is a caviar, and the feel on this, and also just the shine on the leather. But overall, they kind of almost very similar. I do love this wallet, and I've been using this one because the black one tends to disappear inside my bag, and so I don't mind the fake one, especially if I'm going to be just using it like day to day and beat up inside my handbag and never worry about this wallet. So anyway, hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a message down below. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Ciao for now.